General labor on a modern construction site hits a ceiling fast. You can show up early and work hard, but your wages remain capped because your role is legally restricted to manual tasks. Accessing the specialized, high-paying roles on a site requires entering the regulated framework of high-risk work licensing. You cannot move directly into heavy machinery operation. The system relies on a sequence of prerequisites, requiring you to prove competency and foundational safety and mechanics before moving to more complex equipment. This skill tree illustrates the two central roots of that framework: the forklift license for the horizontal movement of heavy materials, and basic scaffolding for the vertical construction of safe access points. Acquiring these two qualifications allows a worker to transition from purely manual labor to managing the flow of materials across the site. The forklift competency is a study in load stability and the constant management of three-dimensional space. This load data plate maps the exact mathematical relationship between the lifted weight and the machine's center of gravity. Operators constantly determine the safe working limit. If the center of gravity moves too far forward, it breaches the tipping threshold and the machine rolls. Performing these calculations in a high-activity environment builds the spatial awareness required for all heavy machinery. Successfully completing the training proves an operator can manage shifting, dynamic forces without compromising the safety of the site. The other half of the core trunk is basic scaffolding, which focuses on the mechanics of building safe vertical access systems. This involves the assembly and disassembly of temporary structures designed to support platforms where a person or object could fall more than 4 meters. At this tier, you master modular scaffolding components, including the installation of gin wheels for hauling materials and static lines for fall protection. Because these skills are logistically linked, students at AOTA frequently complete the forklift and scaffolding courses in tandem. This allows a single worker to calculate a load's weight, transport it across the yard, and construct the structural platform to receive it at height. Combining these skill sets removes the need for multiple operators to coordinate simple material transfers, making the workflow more efficient. From the core trunk, the skill tree branches into vertical specialist and EWP paths. Vertical specialists progress strictly. Basic is mandatory for intermediate, then advanced. Advanced covers complex structures like cantilevered platforms, using counterbalancing physics to extend safely off a building. The EWP operator branch focuses on mobile elevating work platforms with boom lengths of 11 meters or more. Understanding heights and structural stability from scaffolding makes the transition to mechanized elevation equipment intuitive. Training in stationary structural elevation provides the necessary perspective for safely managing mobile mechanized platforms. The lifting expert branch leads into the highly specialized world of heavy crane operations, dogging, and advanced rigging on site. Understanding how loads shift on a forklift and how structures bear weight in scaffolding provides the foundational physics required for high-stakes lifting. Riggers apply these same principles to calculate sling angles and safely guide multi-ton loads through active work zones. These initial licenses aren't just about learning to operate a specific machine. They teach you how to map physical forces and respect the limits of the equipment. Starting with forklift and basic scaffolding establishes the physics and structural awareness required to pursue any of these high-risk industrial careers.